Okay, welcome back. Today we are reassembling this engine, and as you can see, we tapped it. Go check out the last two videos. And we're starting off with the head, which I actually have to clean, so I will be right back. Okay, I have the head clean and head gasket prepared. I'm going to start reinstalling everything. This is the head bolt that was snapped off that, as you've seen in the last video, we tapped and everything. So hopefully that works. At least I believe this is that one. It's kind of hard to tell once you take it all apart. All it takes is a half-inch nut. Okay. So then you just take and start reinstalling everything. Since this one, that is not the one that was cracked, it is this one. I was completely wrong. Don't know how I messed it up because I was just looking at it, but the one that's cracked, not going to tighten down very tight. That way I don't completely crack it. You're just going to tighten everything down that way, and then once you get everything somewhat tightened, then you're going to snug them all down. I don't use a toy gun. Probably should, but I don't. Just get them lightly snug, and then we'll tighten them down later. And then once you get most of this stuff installed, it will be pretty easy. We gotta clean the flywheel. It's honestly kind of amazing that it started. You can see how dirty it is. So this right here is the broken one, so I gotta be careful with this one. I'm gonna leave it sticking up slightly so I know what one wasn't done. And we'll install these two. And once we get everything installed, we're gonna compress and test it. To see if the engine's actually gonna work. It should. Hi. This is one of the longest parts. It's just installing all these head bolts. And we got one more. This next head bolt's a little bit interesting. It's actually the head bolt and also a screw-in spot for the exhaust. Very weird looking bolt. So it should run. Alright, so just tighten everything down. Okay, this one, this is one that's broken off. I'm just gonna get it lightly snug, because I don't feel like completely destroying the engine. Okay. One last head bolt, and then I'm able to combustion test it. Oh wait, I can't combustion test it until I have everything on. Yep. Well, I'm gonna finish installing everything, and then before we try and get it done, I'm going to combustion test it. Hoping it has pretty good combustion. Just get a one of these and a joil, and then it should be good. Just clean up all the stuff to do with the points, and then it should start pretty good. As you can probably see, it's not in the greatest shape, but so then I'm just gonna walk back behind it. Just gonna do this. Down a little bit. Good. So then, oh, that's done. And get it to where I can get to the bottom of the coil. And let me, I believe that's gapped correctly. Now I'm going to take a wire brush, clean the bottom of the coil. Just need a little wire brush, one that fits. And a little piece of sandpaper works too. See all that rust that's coming out? This actually ran with the broken off head bolt and all this rust on all this that you can see. So now it also only ran on choke, so then once you clean that, that should be good enough. Now we're going to keep installing parts. We're going to install this. After I reinstall the other important stuff, like the exhaust. So you get, wow. Well, that exhaust gasket was not doing much. Let me go see if I have another one. So this is a Tecumseh engine, and I only have plugs and shroud parts, but I managed to find a gasket that looks to fit close enough that was also horrible. It just snapped in half, so that's good. Oh, water with no exhaust gasket. And I don't want to stay with this little screw that he was for. but it's stopping me from taking this bolt out by putting this bolt all the way in. So I'm just removing it. I'll put it back in once. Maybe I won't be. I'm moving it. Nope. Okay. There it goes. So, come on. Almost there. Okay. Let me clean off this exhaust gasket. If I'm gonna, oh no, that one, it better not have any one left. Alright, that should be good enough. Okay then. Now, they did this very odd and easily able to be stripped out. It's a Phillips screw. So make sure that you don't strip it out. And then once you get this installed, we got a few more things to install, and then we're onto the cover. Here's this bolt. It's a 7/16. Screw that on. There's the exhaust. Now I actually believe we can put the front cover on. Oh, I forgot those 3 head bolts are going to that, so. Once I find my 1/2-inch ratchet, maybe I can finish putting it back together. I will be right back. Alright, so now I'm taking off these front 3 so I can put on this front panel. And then, actually I take off these 4 to install everything. Kind of a dumb design, but that's how they did it. This is the side that got tapped. Seems to be pretty good. So, then I'll show you the whole thing once I get the engine going. Needs an air box, probably needs a belt. It's not getting a belt. I'm gonna oil all the pulleys because most of them don't even spin. And then if it works good enough, I will use a plastic welder, involve a bunch of plastic over all the cracks in the chute, and then should be good. It's pretty rough, so I'm not putting very much work into it. When I had actually first started working on this, it had a big wasp nest in it, so I was fighting them for a little while. then I gotta figure out how this primer bulb fuel line was lighted. It's a non-original primer bulb fuel line, so that's why I'm not quite sure how it was on here. That does not seem right. That does not seem like it should go right next to the gas tank either, so I'm just gonna hope that this is right. And also by putting it this way, it's not gonna catch on fire, so that's gonna have to be right. And I can get these two head bolts started, and then I gotta get the gas tank. Got that over here. Can't actually get the gas tank yet. I got to get the gas tank mounting bracket. So to actually put on the front cover and put on the gas tank or remove, either way, you're gonna have to take out 5 out of 8 head bolts, I believe. So it's a not very good design. I prefer Briggs & John's design, but pretty cool that this engine has provisions for electric starter kit. Okay. Now we can reinstall everything. And then probably realize that I forgot something, but we're going to start off with trying to reinstall everything. Yep, I immediately forgot this, so that's good. And this, I also immediately forgot the spark plug wire. Where does that even go? I bet it comes out right there. Okay. Did not expect that I would forget as much as I did, but let's take everything back apart. As you can see, I have not worked on one of these before. Took it apart, but that was also a few days ago, so. Okay. Okay, so then now, I believe that almost everything has been properly reinstalled. Nope, it has not. I'm still missing something. That's okay. Now, everything that I've tried to install multiple times now can be properly installed. Okay. Time to start tightening things down, I think. Okay. Get that 1/2-inch ratchet again. That's loosening, not tightening. Get a few more things, and then I can concussion test it. And then I gotta oil the pulleys, oil a few other things, maybe grease a few things, and then I can put some gas in and try and start it. And I gotta put that back because you had to remove that. Look, I just realized I way over tightened that. This is the one that we just tapped. Take that back out a little bit. I do not want this anywhere near as tight as the other one. Okay, just barely tight. Just tight enough that it's not gonna fly apart when I try to turn it on. Okay, got that done. A little bit of a slow process, but it's also missing an airbox. I don't know if I said that in any of the videos, so gotta figure that one out. And then I believe that's everything. Okay. Gotta finish tightening this. Fully tighten. Fully tighten. Fully tighten. Got one left. Why not check the oil while we're at it, right? It's got oil. That oil looks a little bit weird. Kind of looks like two-stroke oil. I will be checking that before I on it anymore, because it'll land before I take it apart actually, and then proceeded to crack the head, but it land. Alright, I believe we have a few more things to install, and then we're ready to compression test it. This is the shifter for the gears. Gotta reinstall this. I need all the bolts. 715. Okay. So then down here, drop all that stuff there, push this back into place. We reinstall this. And then we are a lot closer to being done. This is a bit of a tight spot, so okay, there's one. Okay, there's another. Let's get this shifter bar attached back to the shifter linkage. Sorry if you cannot see this. I'm trying my best to make it where you can, but probably not succeeding at it. There's that one. Now we need this one. need a wrench and I believe a 7/16 socket. Alright, almost there. And that's 38, 1/32. 7/16. Okay. Should be able to test that. Okay. And then once you get this tightened down, almost there on the first bolt. And I started accidentally taking the part. And then let's make sure that this is shifting into the correct gears. Okay. Seems to be working correctly. I'm gonna finish tightening down the last bolt. And then it should be done with this part. That's a different size bolt. That's interesting. It's not 7/16. Okay, let me try the 3/8. As you can see, it's been worked on before, and it's also not in the greatest condition. So it's got a 7/16 nut on bottom, but a 3/8 bolt on top. So a bit interesting. That's already installed. Get all my stuff off the ground, and we've just got a gas tank and a few other things. We can also compression test it now. After I finish installing the screws on the recoil, because I just realized that I didn't. Alright, almost there. Okay. Got just a few more pieces left. Oh, I believe that these were actually supposed to be. That's great. I think I may have installed some more stuff in the wrong order. At this point, you're probably not surprised after I've done it multiple times. Okay, we got to loosen up 3 head bolts again so that we can finish installing this. gonna be a long video just because I messed up so many times. Let me make sure it's still recording. Still recording. We spent 30 minutes on this, and I've accomplished to not even get it complete. I've still got like another half an hour to an hour's worth of work. So let's not drop that down in there. Take this one off. Okay. There might be a video of a chainsaw coming up here soon. The pull rope on it snapped off. So, hope a new video on that one. And then plan on doing a few more videos on the tiller, if they're not already out. Same thing as chainsaw video. Alright. That should be able to adjust it how I needed it now. So come on. So close. You probably can't even see what I'm trying to put on right now, but I'm so close to being able to pop it on. Oh, just that tiny little bit left. Probably gonna be a pain to put back on, honestly. We'll get back into place too, finish putting it on. Kinda crazy that it will not pop back into place. Just need a tiny little piece of metal right here to move over, that's all. Okay, let's loosen up these two head bolts. No point not. Okay. So now it's starting to loosen up a little bit. I only had to loosen up that one and this one. Now that all that is loose, still doesn't really want to move, but come on. Oh, come on. It's this piece holding it? Okay. Gonna have to remove that again. There's, this is very poorly built, as you can tell. It's loose, it's loose. That there. Take this one off. So what happened was right here, there's a little metal bracket that's supposed to go there, and I need this go forward, which now I probably bent the front of it all up on this piece, which I don't really care, but it's just annoying that I probably did anyways. So. Okay. Okay then. Okay then. Now that almost everything has been taken apart that I just reinstalled, I think it's almost there. Okay. Okay then. So close, come on. Okay, can drop all this stuff back on here. This bottom half is still not on enough. Put that right here. Okay. Come on. Okay. This is such a horrible design. But it was also designed like 30 years ago, so I would hope that if they ever made another one of these, after 30 years would be designed with that. Okay. This might not be getting installed. Might just be left without it because it will not slide into place. There we go. I only had to force it into place, but it worked. It's going to fit, finally. Okay, so my phone died mid-recording. I put everything back on. I got a different spark plug in it, and I compression tested it. The compression wasn't great, but not much I can do about that, so I'm gonna turn it on and then continue recording, and I'll show you it working. So, hope you liked the video. That's all for this. There will be a lot more videos on it coming soon. That's all. Thanks for watching.